Oh, yeah, here it is. No, maybe it's only one.
There's only one.
There's only one. And there's one from New York.
Yes.
Okay. Let's make this, I guess it's Exhibit 6. Now, this is an affidavit you signed on December 22nd, 2008, correct?
Yes.
By this time, in December of 2008, you certainly had had a chance to review the calendars again, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to paragraph 10 of this. And again, you knew that you were signing this under oath, correct?
Yes.
And again, I assume you took particular care to make sure that everything was accurate.
To the best of my ability, yes.
Well, when did you realize for the first time that your first declaration had been inaccurate with respect to speaking to Sports Illustrated?
At some point after this, you filed the second lawsuit in New York.
Okay, before you filed this affidavit? Yes. So you knew at the time you were to sign this affidavit that you had already signed in a sworn statement that had errors in it, correct?
Yes.
So I take it that knowing the importance of the oath, you took particular care to make sure that everything in this sworn statement was absolutely true and accurate.
Absolutely is a very strong word. To the best of my ability, I see now that when I read through this, everything seemed accurate, and I signed it.
Okay. You read it carefully?
Yes.
Okay. More carefully than you read the first declaration, right?
I would say so.
Precisely because the first declaration had errors in it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to paragraph 10. You state that read paragraph 10 through 12 of this affidavit to yourself. I don't want to burden the record or waste time reading it out loud. Tell me when you're done.
So I read 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah. Earlier today you testified that you had 5 or 6 conversations with Darrell Hudson prior to the meeting. You would agree that this affidavit refers to only one call?
Would object to the question and the description.
Okay, but you can still answer.
Well, if there was 5 or 6, like I say, and it's saying that I received a phone call, the answer was yes, I did. It was one of 5 or 6.
Okay, so you would agree that you mentioned nothing about 5 or 6 telephone calls in this affidavit?
Yes.
Okay. Then now, in this affidavit, in paragraph 13 and 14, you say nothing about urine samples.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you didn't say anything about urine samples?
Probably an oversight.
It's an oversight. In your prior, did you read your prior declaration at or about the time you signed this declaration?
Well, I knew there were the incongruencies, the issue about Sports Illustrated, and that there were a couple of, that was incorrect.
Okay.
And that was an oversight that I'd made at the time.
So now, in this affidavit, knowing that there had been inaccuracies in the prior affidavit, you just forgot about the urine tests.
Yes.
Okay. If we go to paragraph 15, where you say, I discussed the benefits of 3 illegal performance-enhancing drugs commonly referred to as the clear, the cream, and the APO. And then if we go on to 16, you talk about 16 and 17, you talk about the advantages of these drugs, correct?
Yes.
Am I correct that there's nothing in this affidavit that refers to insulin?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you look at the calendar in connection with this affidavit to make sure that your affidavit would be accurate?
I did not.
You didn't think that that would be important?
Doesn't that assume he had the calendar?
But he already testified that he had the calendar.
Yeah,
after
but you
this.
never, I'm sorry.
He did.
You know, I know I did, but I'm suggesting to you, part of the time frame is he certainly had the calendar to begin with. He testified to that. He testified there were 2 calendars. He's testified that the government came in, took documents. He's testified that while he was dealing with his criminal issues, that there was documents that he was...
I got you. Did you have the copy of the calendar, Exhibit 4? Was that in your possession as of December 2008? That a fair question?
Very fair.
Okay.
Somewhere in my possession.
Did you think it might be important to look at it to make sure that your affidavit was consistent with what you knew from the calendar?
I'm sure it was important to look.
Okay. Did you look?
No.
You didn't think it was... Why would you not look at the calendar to make sure your affidavit was accurate when you acknowledged that it was important to look at it and you knew that you had signed an accurate sworn declaration earlier in the San Francisco case?
Objection, argumentative.
But you can answer the question.
Simply an oversight.
So,
It's
okay.
just, you know, we've...
Okay. You then say, I provided Mosley and Hudson with a doping calendar which listed codes for the respective drug usage with respect to each day until just before his match against De La Hoya. And the respective drug usage, if you read above, refers only to the clear, the cream, and the EPO, correct?
Yes.